into you like you want him to? Does he love you right? Does he love you right? Is he into you like you need him to? Does he understand? Could he understand that you look so sad as you hold his half-clenched hand? I don't wanna ask it all, but is he into you? Are his feelings true? Does he know his mind? Does he know his mind at all? And is he into you? And all you do, and all your everything, does he make you sing? 'Cause you look so sad as you hold his unclenching hand. I don't wanna ask it all, but is he into you? Ooh, is he into you? Ooh, is he into you? Ooh, is he into you? Ooh. Is he into you? Is he true as blue? Does he make you smile like you used to smile? Is he into you? Does he follow through with his words of love? Does he do enough? 'Cause you look so sad as you hold his half-clenched hand. I don't wanna ask it all, but is he into you like you want him to? Does he love you right? Does he love you right? Is he into you like you need him to? Does he understand? Could he understand that you look so sad as you hold his half-clenched hand? I don't wanna ask it all, but is he into you? Ooh, is he into you? Ooh, is he into you? Ooh, is he into you? We're gonna fight back like firefighters, fighting fires, pushing back the flames. We're gonna dig in like old trench warriors, launching mortars. Every day's the same, and even though they come at us with all their might, there's just no breaking us, but we will break tonight. We're gonna press on like hurricanes. They can't contain our fury nor our wrath. We're gonna roll on like armored tanks, so up the banks we'll carve our own damn path. And even though they try to stop us with all their arms, they'll keep losing ground as we're making up the yards. There's no stopping us from walking. There's no holding us back. There's no keeping us from creeping forward. We're not going back. We got fury in our hearts and love that makes us hard. We're never gonna give an inch to bullies such as you. We've got diamonds in our eyes and steel in our spines, and we're gonna do everything we must do to bury you. We're gonna roll in like clouds of thunder, thundering lightning, sleet and hail and rain. We're gonna crash in like vast tsunamis, crashing over, drowning everything. And Even though they try to stop us with all their hearts are small and they break apart easily. There's no stopping us from walking. There's no holding us back. There's no keeping us from creeping forward. We're not going back. We've got fury in our hearts and love that makes us hot, and we're never gonna give an inch to bullies such as you. We've got diamonds in our eyes and steel in our spines, and we're gonna do everything we must do to bury you. Give up, surrender, we'll let you go home. We'll let you go home. We'll let you go home. Give up, surrender, we'll let you go home. We'll let you go home. We'll let you go home. There's no stopping us from walking. There's no holding us back. There's no keeping us from creeping forward. We're not going back. We've got fury in our hearts and love that makes us hot, and we're never gonna give an inch to bullies such as you. We've got diamonds in our eyes and steel in our spines, and we're gonna do everything we must do to bury you. I'm so broken up, I'm so out of touch, I'm so far away from anything that means anything to me. I'm so very down, no one is around. No one ever looks to find me. I am lost and never found. I don't know what to do. I've been looking out for you, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna find the lover that I dream will one day say to me, I'm never gonna ever leave your side. I guess it's true. I'm unlovable. I'm unlovable. I'm unlovable. Oh, I'm unlovable. I am all alone. My heart is made of stone. My heart is heavy in my chest. I wear it best when I'm alone. I am all alone, out here on my own, watching people love each other, one another. Where's my love? I don't know what to do. I've been looking out for you, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna find the lover that I dream will one day say to me, I'm never gonna ever leave your side. I guess it's true. I'm unlovable. I'm unlovable. I'm unlovable. I'm unlovable. I'm unlovable. I'm unlovable. I'm so broken up. I'm so out of touch. I'm so far away from anything that means anything to me. I don't know what to do. I've been looking out for you, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna find.
Hold on, give me a second. Let me figure out what's going on with my
the
camera.
lover that I dream will one day say to me, I'm never gonna ever leave your side. I guess it's true. I'm unlovable.
Hey, yeah, good to see everybody. Thanks, man. It's crazy. This is the end of an era. You know, it is. I started streaming October of 2015, and in very short order, I went from streaming a couple days a week. Hold on, which is what I did. Which is how I used to do it back in the day when I started on Ustream, and there we go. All right. and then I went from just doing a couple days a week to 3 days a week consistently at a regular schedule, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm seeing a marked improvement in my guitar playing and in my composition and like just in my enjoyment of playing. I'm going to do this 5 days a week. And for a long, long time, I maintained a 5 day a week schedule, except, of course, I toured and did a bunch of stuff like that and occasionally had, was working on albums and stuff like that. But for the most part, I did hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shows on Twitch, from October of 2015 all the way up until right now, March of 2023. And I do intend to actually continue to be live streaming. But what my plan is, I'm going to build out my own streaming thing. There are a couple in the box services that let you to kind of like build your own little customized streaming service, and you kind of operate through them. It's not cost prohibitive, but it's pretty expensive. But that seems to be the easiest and the lowest hanging fruit in terms of like just me doing it and being able to do it on my own. The thing is like I don't like to work on other people's schedules, right? So which is one of the reasons why I don't have any bandmates anymore, is because I put together a timetable, and I like to stick to it, and I like to get things done, and I like to offer, I like to always have something brand new to offer to the world. And so at some point in time, I will actually, if I can get this thing up and running. So I think I'm going to do the test version of my new live streaming approach. I think I'm going to do that on my own. I'm going to basically just beta test it with a bunch of friends and a bunch of folks, and just get a sense of like what works and what doesn't. What I want to do is, what my intention is to come up with a really delineated way to put on a rock show that's a live streamed rock show. I want to be able to take advantage of the fact that it is via the internet. So, which means that you can do stuff with like green screens and lighting and cool stuff like that. And like, and doing, doing stuff like a black and white thing, or doing, so I will want to have some fun with that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I also want it to feel like an actual rock show. I want people to be able to put it up in their, on their big screens in their living rooms, and it will feel like, I can't say it like the, the halftime show at the Super Bowl, but I want it to feel like a legitimate rock show, you know. So and along with that, there's going to be all sorts of other additional things, you know. There'll be like a green room hangout before the show. There will be an after party after the show. You'll be receiving a download link for the actual show that you attended. But I'm also, because I'm going to be doing these in little tours, and those little tours are going to feature, what I'll be doing is I'll be finding the best renditions of songs, the funniest moments hanging out in the green room, the funniest moments in the after party, and I'll be editing together like a little like hour-long compilation of this is the best of this little leg of the tour, this little virtual tour, and all of that, and that will all get sent to everybody. So for the price of one ticket, which will be about $5, you know, you'll get all of these additional things. So I think that's the way it's gonna work to start. I mean, if it works out, awesome, great, and if it not, then I will keep iterating until I figure out exactly what does work. But I do think, man, that like I'm in such a better position to know exactly what the needs of a music streamer, particularly somebody that does original music on you know, in terms of like, and also some of this played stages, hundreds and hundreds of live stages in front of live audiences, but also hundreds and hundreds of shows in front of virtual audiences. So I'm going to see if I can't find a marriage of the two, you know. And then one of the great things is that like once I've got this up and running, and once it feels good, then I'm going to invite a handful of musician friends of mine to join me. And we will also go and cherry pick people out in the wide world that also are great performers and great musicians and great songwriters that also kind of marry, that have a similar sensibility. They don't have to have a similar sound. I just want them to have a similar sensibility to Get Set Go and the first group of people I bring in. And what we'll do is we'll put together a show schedule, you know, and that show schedule will hopefully be able to take care of everybody around the world. So if you live in Germany, there will be show times that work specifically for you, you know, in your like 8 p.m. to like 10 p.m., that kind of thing. If you live in Australia, there'll be show times that work specifically for you. If you live in Singapore, there'll be show times. So all of that. So the idea is that we'll try to find a way to make sure that every and what I was even thinking is I could do like, I was thinking I want to tour Middle Earth, you know, and so I was thinking I would go through and I would find but I don't want to tour just Peter Jackson's Middle Earth. So I was thinking I would find cool shots, like cool video shots of like, obviously from the Peter Jackson movies, but I go through the animated movies, and I would go through other renditions and find, like, I don't know if you guys remember like the rotoscoped versions of the Middle Earth stuff. Like I will find those, and I'll put together cool like backgrounds, you know, battles or you know, or forestscapes or whatever. And I'll do like a 5-date Middle Earth tour, and I'll do the US version, and then I'll do the European version, and then I'll do the Australian version, and I'll do the Chinese version. And so, you know, and so there'll be like little 5 dates. And so if you want to attend all of them, you can. But the idea is that like, I just want to make it I want to find a way to make the live streaming thing more fun for me in terms of the production and what I put on. But I also want to create a sense of like, that this is something. I mean, that's the thing that I think is that you lose with Twitch, right? Is that it's so ubiquitous. People are encouraged to do it so much, it loses its specialness, you know. And so what I want to do is I want to find a way to reinvigorate that idea. Like same thing I'm doing with music. So right now my brand new record just came out. It's called Juggernaut, and it's fucking awesome. But I'm only making it available on Bandcamp. There's just one single on Spotify, which is the song Wild Animals, and it's an older version of Wild Animals. And then I've got another single Off of Their Heads, which is on all the other streaming services. And that's the only place that any song from Juggernaut will be found for live streaming. Is just those two songs. And then well, no, actually that's not so. I do think that because Trey just delivered some recordings for me that I'm going to include. And so I'm going to do some Trey Warren remixes, and I might make those actually singles as well. So we'll see. But yeah, man. So this is it. Like this is the end. But there's so much cool shit happening. There's so much cool stuff that's in the offing. So hop in my Discord if you want, and just you know, and use that to kind of pay attention. I'm going to change the name of the Discord. Here you go. This is Discord. Hop in my Discord. Oh, wait, I didn't turn on my bot. Hold on. And here, let me fire that up. And then, so yesterday I started. Yesterday, what I was doing is I was playing. My intention was to do it all yesterday, which was I was going to play one of the songs. I was going to play the entire record in sequence. I was going to play the song. This is the way it was written. This is the way I perform it live. And then this is the way it turned out. And then I'd talk about what went into the writing and recording the song. And then I'd play the actual album version. Now the album is out. I haven't sold a ton of copies so far, but I've sold like 30 copies, which is I've already made more money. I've already made more money from my Bandcamp sales than I would in an entire year of streaming. Like the thing is like, and in fact, I actually just did a little Instagram post because once we hit 20 sales, right? So 20 sales, I made 20 sales. In order to get 20 sales, according to the RIAA, which is the organization that like certifies like gold records and platinum records and things like that. So they're basically the recording industry, like metrics keeping like they're the people that define what an album is. They've defined that 1,500 streams equals one sale. So you have to 1,500 streams equals one sale. So if you have a 11 song album like Juggernaut, you would have to listen to that record 136 times, 136.3 times to actually get, to actually register one sale. So so for those 20 sales, for those first 20 sales, I would have had people listen to I would have had to receive 30,000 streams. 30,000 streams just to make the same money I made off the 20 sales. So it is. It's going gangbusters. It's going awesome. And yeah, thank you, Lynn. Yeah. And so, my thinking is, and my intention is to do with, oh, hold on. Please reauthorize your bot streamer account in order to be able to make / commands. We have migrated these to Twitch REST app as per the new requirements. Okay, so I have to reauthorize. Hold on real quick. Of course I have to do some fucking shitty bullshit thing to fucking I have to do something. It's always something, okay, great. I can't go one stream without having to deal with like some technological nonsense issue. So but yeah, so there's just all sorts of really, really cool. All right. So the thing's up. Yeah. And thank you, Mal. Thank you, brother. And thank you, Lenita. Yeah. I've been doing this professionally for a long, long time. And I've worked harder each year. I work harder and harder. I put out more music. I put on more shows. I do more things. And each year I just see my revenue diminishing. I make less money. So I work doubly as hard. I put out more stuff. I do more things. I do more sidelets. Like I put out more books. We did the rock poster thing that was just funded on Kickstarter. Like it's just bullshit, And so I'm like, okay, what I need to do, because people are not accustomed. People are just accustomed to getting music for free. And that's been true since the late 90s when Napster really kind of kicked in. LimeWire, Napster, all of those. Like the thing is it's really funny. I took advantage of that. I actually would download a whole record, or I'd download 10 or 15 records from a band, and I would listen to them. And if I really loved the band, then I'd go and buy the records. But even so, that I was very much an outlier to actually be like, oh, I'm going to go spend money on the band that I've already got their music for. That's like, so that's effectively what streaming, Spotify and Apple Music and all these other organizations, they sort of normalize that, right? But the thing is that we don't make Kazaa. Hey Waffle, how you doing, man? Good to see you. I mean, so rather than trying to take on the entire music industry, what I'm trying to do is I want to create a little cottage group. I want to find a bunch of like-minded musician friends and be like, hey, let's just pull ourselves out of this conversation, right? Let us find people that dig what we do, and let us find a way to make our music available to them, and let us make ourselves accessible to them, and then fuck the rest of the world. And then what we'll do, and then my intention is slowly but surely to build that audience out, but to do it person to person, rather than I don't want a million people just showing up and being like, hey, like the thing is that because I've already dealt with that and it's ephemeral, right? The thing is that having had my music on Grey's Anatomy for a full decade, my music was being heard by tens of millions of people every single time an episode aired, and I had maybe 15 or 16 episodes where my music was used on Grey's Anatomy over that first decade. But those fans, even though they still listen to my music, and even though they're still, their intellectual curiosity regarding Get Set Go did not extend beyond the music that they heard on Grey's Anatomy. So that's not a roadmap for growth. You know, that's not a roadmap for survivability. So as much as I love and adore the Grey's Anatomy people and their commitment to Get Set Go, and you know, and I hope they feel the same. Like, you know, I hope they see that I you know that I appreciate them beyond, and like they have literally kept me alive. But even so, it's really difficult for me to make a living. You know, so rather than me just scrambling as I've been doing to take care of Get Set Go, I was like, okay, let me figure out a way to take care of myself and all my friends. Let me find a place. Let me find a way that we can do this, and we can do this in as smart and as carefully curated as possible. So you know, and so the thing is, so it will never be a Twitch. But what I'm doing, it won't even be a MySpace. It's gonna be its own unique thing, where the key focus is gonna be on maintaining, making sure that the bands make money and the musicians make money, but also maintaining a sense of community that never gets toxic, that never gets, that, you know, and so the idea, yeah, so anyway, but so that's the goal. So that's what we're working on. But all right, so I'm gonna pick up where I left off yesterday. I only made it through the first half of the record, so we ended with Kick It. And so I'm gonna do the rest of the album, and then this is gonna be my last Twitch stream, man. And then I will be posting stuff I'm gonna be pretty active in the Discord, because I'm gonna take about an hour out of every day to just kind of like communicate, like kind of keep communicating with everybody as to what I'm up to and what's been going on. I haven't had that time lately because I've just been because I'm trying to do the streaming thing and the podcast thing and the other podcast thing and all of the record label stuff and putting out hashtag, you know, putting out Juggernaut and putting out, I've got 2 more records that are in the offing, like, so just, and then I'm also putting together a role-playing website. So all of these things have just been gobbling up so much time. I just thought, hey, that's awesome. No, of course, okay, no worries, no, yeah, well, I'd love that, man, I'd love that. We haven't caught up in 1,000 years, so that would be awesome. All right, let me grab this guy. All right, so yeah, so this is so let me bring up the album real quick. Really. Juggernaut. No, what? Oh my God, what is going on? Okay, hold on. Bandcamp. Whatever. Okay. Here we go. All right, so yeah, so we're on, okay, yeah, so we're starting off right. Okay, so this song, no, yeah, and my intention, you know, it's funny, when I first started doing Twitch, what I figured was like, I'll just plant a flag in the sand and be like, here I am, world, find me here, you know? And certainly over that time, since October of 2015, people have found me, people have reconnected with the band. I have made a lot of friends that are here right now that I cherish with all my heart. But the thing is it event, but there's also been a lot of chaff. There's been a lot of detritus. There've been trolls and aggravations, and at the same time, I've also felt that Twitch has been working contrary to my particular business model. You know, I the way I operate, because for me Twitch was a great way for me to practice, you know, to be compelled to practice and play and keep playing 5 days a week. But me playing 5 days a week was seriously hurting my Twitch metrics. And so even though I qualified for partner 4 or 5 years ago, I've never made it because and in fact I've even said, I'm like, hey, I don't qualify, like according to your metrics, I know that the hallmarks you're looking for, I'm never going to match those because I stream 5 days a week, but this is what I do, and this is what I've offered, and this is what I've contributed to the Twitch community, and this is, like, I put on shows, like I've done all of this shit, and they were like, oh yeah, fuck you, you know. And so I was like, so I did that twice, and I was like, okay, fuck you guys. But the thing is, then they just started making more, like, anyway. So they've just been working. I don't want to outline all of the stuff that they've been doing. But the thing is that, like, you know, I've been dealing with my, you know, Twitch has just made it more difficult for me to reach my audience, and more difficult for people to be like, I mean, I've got 6,000 people and change that follow me on Twitch. And I will bet you that maybe 30 or 40 people actually received alerts that I'm going live, you know? And the thing is, and from my perspective, that's cool. That's fine. Like, I totally understand people don't want to get spammed, and, people will follow and, without really realizing kind of like, like they're following just to say, hey, I'm following you, but they're not really following. Totally fine. But the thing is that I don't want that. I don't want this kind of fair weather kind of like, quasi, like I want to find genuine people that dig what I do. And I want to turn them on to my other friends whom I dig with all my heart, that make amazing music. And I just want to get us all together and put a cool little community together where we can all of us celebrate what we do. And then hopefully the idea, I was supposed to work from home today, but my coworkers showed up late. So I'm not at home now and thus can't pay fully. Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, B. Kofor. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man. And so yeah, my work ethic is not going to change. I'm still going to, for the next decade, so I've determined that I'm going to put out 10 seasons of Hesitation Cuts. And in that time, so I've got about 9 more seasons to go, about 9.5 more seasons. I'm working on episode 4 right now. No, episode 3 right now of season 2. I'm going to put out, and in that decade, I'm going to put out as much music and do as much stuff as I possibly can. And then when I'm 60 years old, I'm going to retire on whatever money whatever work I've done, whatever money I've made, whatever passive revenue streams I've got. The thing is, I'm going to bust my fucking ass, and then I'm going to retire. And if I don't have enough money to survive in the United States, then I'll move to Mexico or I'll move to Somalia. I'll move somewhere else where my money will carry me further than it is right now. But so that's the game plan. So I'm just gonna fucking give you guys so much cool shit, and then hopefully things work out. And if they don't, then you'll be hearing from me. You'll be seeing postcards from Somalia. Okay, so this is a song called Bust a Nut. Now, okay, so the original idea for this song, the lyrics for the song was I was thinking about the song Bust a Move, right? The thing is like, and I was like, that Bust a Move, that will forever and always like be associated with the song, right? So the Bust a Move was a phrase. It was like, oh yeah, let's go, bust a move, like, let's dancing, go bust a move. But and then they just coined it, and it was forever and always. Now it's that song, And I was like, well, I want to do something like that. So I was like, what other things can we bust? And I was like, oh, bust a nut. So that's simple. Just getting. Oh, they responded. Okay. So I was thinking about the bust a nut idea, and I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, well, what kind of song would bust a nut actually work? Yeah, no, they are B. Kofor. And it's crazy because you would think that you would be able to like set priorities for them. Like I would think that you could be like, because that was the thing is there was a point in time when I used to love, even though I couldn't follow all my friends' streams, I just like to see what they were up to. I would get just alerts after alerts, and they would let me know kind of like, but permanently, Twitch kept turning them off. Like if I didn't watch their stream, if they sent me like 3 messages and I didn't click on any of them, then they just stopped sending me those alerts. And I was like, no, I don't want that. And I kept turning it back on. I kept being like, no, give me all the alerts. And then after 2 or 3 things, they'd send me a notification. Of course I couldn't make it because I'm busy. And then they would just stop sending them. I'm like, fuck this noise. So I realized that's exactly what's been happening. So the fact that I have 6,000 followers, it's not true. It's not so. Either people are paying attention, they're active and they're present, or they're not getting anything. So why the fuck do you have notifications? So bust heads. Yeah. So that's actually bust a head. Busting heads. Well, I'll have to think about that one. That's not actually, yeah, but that's, yes, I kept turning off my alerts. I like getting, yeah, that's exactly right. Like the thing is like, and even if I can't tune in, I'm happy to know that my friends are still doing stuff. And I like to see what they're writing about. And I like to see what, are they streaming on Let's Chat? Are they streaming on music? Are they streaming somewhere else? And it was always fun to see how that evolved. And Twitch just made it more and more difficult. And I was like, why the fuck are you doing this? But of course they didn't, yeah, anyway. It's funny. Patreon has sent me multiple surveys of the course that I've been working with Patreon, and some of them have been really in depth, and some of them actually led to me being directly interviewed by the Patreon people because of what I had to say regarding the way that their thing operated. So Twitch has never done that. Twitch has never reached out at any point in time and said, "Hey, do you have any perspective on how we can improve things?" And I'm like, "Fuck you," So. I have notifications turned on for so many Discords. I don't always chat, but yeah, that's exactly right. Just to know kind of what's going on, So, all right, but anyway, so writing this song. So I sat down. So I was like, okay. So I came with the Bustin' Nut. I was like, okay. So I'm like, okay. So of course, Mike TV and Get Set Go do not shy from adult and very, very adult material, right? Like we certainly don't. But I realized that I wanted to write a song kind of in the. Do you guys know TVI? It's a Stooges song. It stands for Twat Vibe I. There are lots of songs from that kind of era of punk stuff where there was just lots of very thinly veiled sexual innuendo, and very, very over the top kind of, crazy. So I was like, I want to write something like that. And that kind of, hey, Meador, how you doing? That gave me the kind of marching orders for writing a song. So thinking about it, I wanted to put together something that felt kind of like a late 70s kind of punk tune, So this is what I came up with. So. Hold on. I just realized I don't have the lyrics. Kiss me like you love. Oh, yeah. Kiss me like you want me, baby. Oh, you got me. Here. Let me get these guys up. Sorry. I look up for my lyrics and I'm like, oh, they're not there. Here we go. I just play kick it. So this is a song called Bustin' Nut. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this one. I'm gonna talk about kind of what went into the. I'm gonna be creating my own platform, Meador. What I suggest is hop into my Discord. I'm gonna be way more active in my Discord. As I'm because I'm going to keep people apprised of all the stuff I've got going on. I've got my podcast. I've got another new podcast I'm launching with a friend of mine. I've got multiple records. I'm putting out this year. I've also got all the stuff I'm doing with Square Tire Records with all of my label mates. I'm also putting together a role-playing game website. Where we're gonna be reviewing and talking. We're gonna be talking about role playing in general. We're gonna be talking about games in specific, and then we're also gonna be generating and creating our own game systems. I and my buddies, we've been making game systems for decades and never really done much with them other than with each other. And I was like, fuck, we might as well just put these things out, So I've got so much shit in the offing and so much stuff happening. So I'm going to keep you guys apprised. The Discord's going to change because it's no longer going to be called Mike TV Live because I'm not going to be Mike TV Live anymore. But then I'm also going to be launching my own streaming service. And the idea behind the streaming service will be that I'll get my own thing up and running. I'll get all the kinks worked out, and then I'll start inviting my friends' bands to join me in doing the same kind of thing, And it'll be only for music. It'll be only for people making original material, original music, and it should be pretty awesome. So that's the thing. Kiss me like you want me, kiss me like you love me, and baby, oh, you got me. Come on, love me, teach me your karate. I want to slip your lips and penetrate your body. Oh my God, I think I'm gonna bust another lover. Slip beneath the covers, take off all your clothes and discover one another. Let me feel your body, or teach me your karate. Come on, sugar, let me get so filthy naughty. Oh my God, I think I'm gonna bust a nut. First you moan until you scream, and then you start to cry. Wipe away your tears, my dear. Let's get it one more time, let's do it one more time. First you come, oh yes you came, and then you start to cry. But wipe away your tears, my dear. Let's get it one more time, let's do it one more time. Cause baby, I got nothing, never told somebody something about sugar. Let me tell you, know that, yes, I know that you are fucking fine. Love me, sugar, won't you love me? Let me kiss your lips and suck out all your honey. Let me steal a kiss, I'll give you all my money. Let me kiss your lips, let me fill your lovely tummy. Oh my God, I think I'm gonna bust a nut. Come on, fill me with your fire. Baby, you're the furnace, stoking my desire. Come on, lover, kiss me, your loving it'll fix me. Come on, lover, hold me, show me that you know me. Oh my God, I think I'm gonna bust a nut. First you moan until you scream, and then you start to cry. Wipe away your tears, my dear. Let's get it one more time, let's do it one more time. First you come, oh yes you came, and then you start to cry. Wipe away your tears, my dear. Let's get it one more time, let's do it one more time. Cause baby, I know nothing, never told somebody something about sugar. Let me tell you another, yes I know that you are fucking fine. Oh, our hearts are intertwined, and your hands are clasping mine as we disappear into the moment. Oh, our thoughts are intertwined as I peer into your eyes, and we disappear into the moment. Hey, thank you, Stefan. Kiss me like you want me, kiss me like you love me, and baby, oh you got me. Come on, love me, teach me your karate. I wanna slip your lips and penetrate your body. Oh my God, I think I'm gonna bust a nut. So I'm just gonna go completely extreme over the top sexy, and so. And thank you, Matricula. Thank you so much. But yeah, so and that song, it really evolved. Once I sat down and the way I work when I record is I do everything with acoustic guitars to start. So I get doubled acoustic guitars, left and right channel. I get them perfect so that you can't. So it's almost indistinguishable to tell which ones. And the great thing about when you even I've been doing this a long time. I've been recording for a long time. So when I do double guitars and I do catch and I do try to get them perfect, they do sound pretty identical. But even so, the voicing you can never just hit something. Even if you can make it sounding exactly alike, it just every single time it's just got a different little sonic quality. So you can put them right up, you can put them left and right channel, and it just feels like you're being enveloped in whatever set. So I did a lot of that on this record. So all of the leads you hear, every single lead is doubled. Everything's doubled. But it's mixed in a way where it doesn't there are a couple things where I fly things to the left and right channels and stuff like that, but for the most part, everything's doubled. And so what it does is it just envelops you. It's like a big hug of sound. And it was really, really fun to do because using electric guitars, that's exactly, the using electric guitars, they eat up so much bandwidth, and it's so difficult to make them sound like to make everything else be heard, but also make the guitars be felt, And so, because that's one of the great things about rock records is you want the guitars, you want to, when they punch in, you want to feel that punch, And so I'm gonna play the actual album version of the song. So this is called Bust a Nut. Now it's on my brand new record. It just came out today. It's called Juggernaut. I think we've only sold about 26 or 27 copies so far. My goal is to hit 200 copies over a 48-hour period. So we're still in the first, it launched at 7 a.m. this morning here on Central Time. So we're still in the first, we're not even in the first 12 hours. But even so, if I do hit 200, if we do hit 200 sales over the first 48 hours, then I'm going to give every single person that bought a record, I'm going to send them a free download code to hand off to a friend. Because again, and this kind of works from that perspective of what I want to do is I really want to create I want my audience to find my future audience. I want my people so rather than ask, and I've asked them, why don't you guys tell friends about, But the thing is, like, and I realized, because I haven't incentivized. I haven't given people a reason to like reach out and be like, hey. But the thing is, so I was like, oh, what I'll do is I will give people. So that's what I'm gonna be doing with the live streams. If you buy a ticket, you get a ticket to give to a friend. If you buy an album, you know, so if I hit certain thresholds of album sales, then I'll give everybody free downloads to give to their friends. So, and it's going to be that kind of thing. And this is what I'm going to espouse with all the Square Tire stuff is it's like, if we, first off, the first thing to the whole Square Tire thing is if you want great fans, you have to be a great fan. You know, and so we're trying to lead by example. We're trying to write reviews. We're trying to support each other. We're trying to like and share and do all the things that we want our fans to do for us. We're trying to do it for each other. You know, just to like kind of lead the charge. Like this is the way. So if you want fans, so the number one thing is if you want great fans, you have to be a great fan. You know, but then the other thing is that like. It's about sharing. It's about sharing your experience. It's about sharing your music. About sharing each like. And so my whole thing is like I want to just find ways to incentivize people to make it very easy for them to share, to be able to give people things of value that they can just then hand off to other people and be like, look like superstars. You know. So that's kind of the idea behind the Square Tire stuff. But all right. So this is Busted Nut. This is how it turned out. This is the actual album version. Hold on 1 second.
Kiss me like you want me, kiss me like you love me, and baby, oh you got me. Come on, love me, teach me your karate. I want to slip your lips and penetrate your body. Oh my God, I think I'm gonna bust a nut, lover. Slip beneath the covers, take off all your clothes and discover one another. Let me feel your body, oh teach me your karate. Come on, sugar, let me get so filthy naughty. Oh my God, I think I'm gonna bust a nut. First you moan until you scream, and then you start to cry. But wipe away your tears, my dear. Let's get it one more time, let's do it one more time. First you come, oh yes you came, and then you start to cry. But wipe away your tears, my dear. Let's get it one more time, let's do it one more time. Cause baby, I know nothing, never told somebody something, but sugar, let me tell you, know that yes, I know that you are fucking fine. Love me, sugar, won't you love me? Let me kiss your lips and suck out all your honey. Let me steal a kiss, I'll give you all my money. Let me kiss your lips, let me fill your lovely tummy. Oh my God, I think I'm gonna bust a nut. Come on, fill me with your fire. Baby, you're a furnace, stoking my desire. Come on, lover, kiss me, your loving it'll fix me. Come on, lover, hold me, show me that you know me. Oh my God, I think I'm gonna bust a nut. First you moan until you scream, and then you start to cry. But wipe away your tears, my dear. Let's get it one more time, let's do it one more time. First you come, oh yes you came, and then you start to cry. But wipe away your tears, my dear. Let's get it one more time, let's do it one more time. Cause baby, I know nothing, never told somebody something, but sugar, let me tell you, know that yes, I know that you are fucking fine. Oh, our hearts are intertwined, your hands are clasped in mine, and we disappear into the moment. Oh, our thoughts are intertwined as I peer into your eyes, and we disappear into the moment. Kiss me like you want me, kiss me like you love me, and baby, oh you got me. Come on, love me, teach me your karate. I wanna slip your lips and penetrate your body. Oh my God, I think I'm gonna bust a nut.
Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, so it just ended up being like it's fun because it from my ears like this one of the things I love about yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's one of the things I love about doing, because again I haven't done really hard rock kind of stuff, punky hard rock stuff in a long time. So it's really fun to approach it with now 20 years of making music, 20 years of arranging, particularly right now because I've just arranged, I've done I think 87 or 88 brand new, fully produced, fully arranged drums, bass, guitar, piano, shaker, tambourine, background vocals since the beginning of last year when I started working on Hesitation Cuts. It's 50 songs on Hesitation Cuts, hashtag Dinosaur. So I think that's 13 or 14 songs. And then there is Juggernaut. There is the 15 songs I've done for Hesitation Cuts Part 2. Hesitation Cuts Season 2. So it's been a whole ton of and so my ears are no. Certainly I will, if you want, I will. Well, so first off, you can listen to it on Bandcamp whenever you want, because and I think I'm going to change the threshold so people can listen to it. I think right now the threshold is you can listen to it 3 times, but I'll change that, make it like 10 or 15, something like that. But before Bandcamp starts asking you to pay for it, which I think is awesome. I do really appreciate the fact that Bandcamp goes, okay, you've listened to this a handful of times. And we as the artists get to set how many times people can listen to it. And then they go, hey, just a gentle reminder, you've listened to this a bunch. Why don't you pick it up for $7? It's a $7 record. It's a fucking, you can get Hesitation Cuts on Bandcamp, which is a 45 song album. You can get that, I think it's also $7. I think it's $7. Here, let me just check. But it's just it's just absurd. Here, let's just check. Hesitation Cuts is $10. It's so for you can get a quadruple album for $10. So it's like, yeah, I've been a huge fan of Bandcamp for a long time, but it's only been, I really just didn't pay attention to the finances of music and my music for years because I was just busy focusing on the music, and so but I promised Isabella, when she moved here, that I was going to finish that last year. I was going to get the first season of Hesitation Cuts, the podcast, up and running. And then I was going to shift my focus to paying attention to music and figuring out a way to improve our revenue so that we could maybe look to buying a house and doing the things that other couples get to do that I haven't really focused on because I've been just focusing on the music for a full decade, And so, and in that process, I realized, fuck, man, streaming is a fucking sham. It is a fucking horseshit. Like it is like, and as I was saying, and I am Munchie Crunch. I'm gonna be creating my own platform. And so what I suggest is just pay attention. I'm going to be way more active on my Discord. I'm going to spend about an hour every single day kind of updating all of my social media stuff and particularly with Discord, just letting people know this is what I'm up to. This is what's going on. This is kind of where we are at various stages of everything, and so I'll still be very active and I'll still be very present. I'm just not going to be streaming, so I can take because streaming for me is usually an hour of rehearsal, or maybe an hour and a half of rehearsal before the stream. And then I play for 3 hours. And then it takes me about 20-25 minutes to get the studio set up. It takes me 20-25 minutes to get the studio taken down. So it was just a big time sink, and I wasn't seeing, look at this right here. It says February rent. I put this up like 4 or 5 days before February showed up in January. And it's the Ides of March. So, so it wasn't bringing in money. I wasn't seeing crowd growth. It was just a stagnating thing. And I'm like, okay, I know enough. I've been doing this long enough to know that I need to change things pretty substantially. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be building out my own streaming service to start. I'm going to be, I'm going to make it, I've already identified maybe 10 people that have said that they're willing to make the time to kind of participate and give me feedback. And so I'm going to be working with this small group, just to kind of suss out some of these ideas. Once I've got everything kind of up and running and it feels pretty good, then I will open it up to my Discord folk. I'll be like, hey, this is what I'm doing. And I'll just do a handful of one-off shows to kind of test out a bunch of the new ideas. Once we've been given the green light, once everybody's like, this is amazing, this is super fun, and I really loved it, then I will start putting together these little virtual tours where I'll be doing like I'm going to be doing 5 dates, playing Middle Earth, and I'll be doing 5 dates playing the solar system, and I'll be doing 5 dates playing early Nintendo games. And so I'll be rocking out in the background. There will be all of the like footage and images and stuff like that. So and my hope is that what I'll do is I'll be able to actually cut together little videos that will correspond with a bunch of the music I'm playing. I'm also even thinking about adding TV tracks to some of the stuff I do. And what I was thinking I might do is actually re-record completely brand new TV tracks. So basically what a TV track is it's like you use them, bands use them when they play, like if you do like the Jimmy Kimmel show, and you see bands playing, often you're not actually hearing them play live. What they're showing you is that they're putting a TV track, and then the bands are singing live. The bands are singing over it, but they're not. But and they're playing along, but you're not hearing what they're playing. Instead, they're playing a TV track, and that way the mix is perfect, and that way like everything sounds perfectly balanced and amazing and awesome. So so I was thinking I might actually put something like that together myself, but what I would do is I would actually put together completely brand new recordings. So I would have drums, but I'd use a different sounding drums, and I'd use actually I'd use similar drum beats to the records, but I'd change them up just to make them interesting and make them unique and make them fresh. And then what I was thinking I could do is that, and then that way, I'll do this like maybe a 4 or 5 day tour, and then I'll do that I'm going to play 5 days in Middle Earth. And then I'll play 5 days in Middle Earth in the United States, and then I'll do 5 days in Middle Earth in Europe, and I'll do 5 days in Middle Earth in Japan, and I'll do my 5 days in Middle Earth in Australia, and then I'll come, I'll find wherever I'm going to be doing these little tours. And then each little tour leg will get their own separate video of these were sort of the best moments, both hanging out in the green room. Like I'll find the funniest bits, the most powerful bits from a performance perspective, and I'll cut them together and I'll send. So if you showed up for the American leg of it, you'll get like a little half-hour video of the American, like the best of the American leg. If you show up for the Australian one, if you show up for the European one, and then what I'm going to do is at the end of that full tour leg, then I'm going to also put together a video that takes the best from all of them, and then I'm going to send that to you as well. So for like the $5 ticket, right? So you pay a $5 ticket, you get to hang out in the green room, you get to check out the show. Afterwards, you get to hang out in the after party, and then the next day you get a video of that entire performance. So to keep forever and always, and then you're also gonna get an edited version, 5 days later, and then you're gonna get, and then 25 days later, you're gonna get the complete, So my thinking is, I just want to find ways to add, like to incentivize people to do this. Yeah, right. Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time thinking about linear, the one thing that I was really struggling with was I was like, okay, how do I make this? I kept thinking, I have to find some streaming service to partner with, and I was like, no. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, no, I don't. I actually don't, because I can do all of the video stuff that I'm talking about. I can do that right now. So all I need to do is figure out how to get the signal out to you guys. Now, certainly it'd be nice to have emotes, and it'd be nice to have like the chat and the community. But we might be able to, at least in the early days, we might be able to cobble something together. Either I can use like Streamshark.io, and they might have all the components where I can just put it together. I can just do kind of an in the box kind of like streaming service operating through them. Maybe I reach out to other friends that have done this before. I don't exactly know. I'm going to be figuring out that as soon as, in fact, starting tomorrow is when I'm going to start I'm going to start looking into that in earnest. So, but I'll figure out a solution, and then I'll get this whole thing up and running, and it'll be Just Get Set Go to start. And then once I've got it up and running, you guys are like, this is fucking awesome, and we love this. And again, and it's going to be it's going to be invite only to start. I don't want a crowd that I don't know, and I don't want a lot of people that are gonna I want people that are gonna be there for the show and there for the community and there to hang out and there to rock out, and I'm flipping the whole script. I don't want access to the entire planet Earth. The entire planet Earth they've had access to me for fucking 20 years, and they've lost that privilege, and so I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna reach out to my audience. I'll start with a small group, figure this stuff out, and I'll reach out to a little bit larger audience and invite them to get on board, and then slowly but surely it'll build, and at some point in time, hey, good day internet, Hell yeah, Tom Merritt and friends, everybody. Hey, Nick, how you doing, man? Good to see you, Zoe. Yeah, man. So this is my last day on Twitch. I mean, I think that I will probably do something once a month to promote kind of what I'm doing. Because I am going to be doing I'm going to still continue doing live streaming. I'm just doing my own thing. So, but I don't even know if that'll be a live show. The more I think about it, what I might do is I might cut together the best bits of what I'm doing on my own, and then just run a stream, like run a thing, and have it like I'll have by that point in time I'll have green screen, so I can sort of be on camera talking to people as I'm showing it. But the thing is, yeah, I think so. I just think Matricula. I think it's the way to go, man. You know, the thing is I'm tired of working with companies that decide that their business model is something different than mine, and they undermine my ability to make a living. Fuck that noise, you know? So I just want to own it all. I'm gonna own it all, and I'm gonna create it, and then once it's working, and hey, and thank you, Kustar, thank you so much. And once I create it, you know, the idea is that I will reach out to, as I'm reaching out to my friends and bringing the bands in, the company, whatever it is that I'm putting together for the streaming service, it will never take a dime from anybody. It will never be involved in the business model, of the music and the musicians themselves. And what we will do to generate revenue to actually keep our overhead, to handle our overhead costs, because there will be streaming, you know, bandwidth costs money, but to pay for that, what we're going to be doing is we'll be doing concerts. So we'll be doing like a little festival, like a little online festival where we'll have multiple stages, you know, and we'll do, yeah, that's exactly right, Matricula. No platform is your friend unless you're the platform. And that's exactly right. And so the thing is, like, and they've always, all of them, they start off, particularly when they're building and they're growing, it's amazing and it's great and it's super fun. And then they start poisoning the well, you know, and I'm like, wait, no, this is, cause like, so for me, and the thing is, and I don't want the entire world. I don't even want 100,000 people. If I can find 10 or 15,000 people that are just a cool little community where it's tiny little village. I just want a rock and roll village, right? Like Square Tire Island. That's all I want. So the question is, will the music be on Spotify? No, yeah. So the stuff that's already on Spotify is going to stay there. And all of my new material, so I'm going to start releasing the Hesitation Cuts EPs. I don't know if it's going to be, I don't know if I'm going to be releasing the music as EPs or if I'm going to be switching them up. But all of that music is going to be made available via Bandcamp. You know, yeah, no, yeah, and you know, and it's funny. I don't mind. You know, I don't. You know, it's taken me 20 years of doing this to kind of figure out, this, like, and again, because I think for the past 20 years, I really haven't focused on the business side of making music. I've mostly focused on the music, you know, and because I always felt like a second-class musician, and it's only been just recently as I've become more accomplished at putting out the kind of, because it's really funny. What I realized is like, I'm not in competition with other songwriters and other musicians. I'm not. My number one thing is to create the best music I can that is my sound and my music. And no one does it better than I do. You know, no one makes Get Set Go music better than I do. Well, there's probably like 3 or 4 bands that make better Get Set Go music than Get Set Go, but I'm still up there. I'm still in the top 3. So, and so I love you for that. I do not have to rearrange my playlist then. Yeah, no, yes, yeah, no, and you're totally right. And the thing is like, and I don't want to penalize. Like that's the thing is I don't want to. I have so much more music in me. Because right now I'm going to be putting out about 3 Get Set Go records a year. Plus I'm putting out 50 songs in the Hesitation Cuts podcast. So that's 50 songs plus 3 albums, which will be about 10 songs a piece each album. So that's 80 new songs a year for the next decade. That's 800 brand new songs. So at some point in time, you know, all the stuff on Spotify is going to get overwhelmed by all the stuff that's not on Spotify, you know. So saw your Facebook post, figured I'd pop in amongst the craziness of life. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you so much, dude. And yeah, and if you guys want to stay abreast of what's been going on, just hop in my Discord, you know, because I will be very active there as all of this stuff is playing out. But all right, so what I'm doing right now, so I'm playing my thank you, Elix. I'm playing the entirety of my album. I started with, so I played the first 6 songs yesterday. And what I'm doing is I'm playing them as they were written, and then I'm playing them, and then I'm playing the album version. I'm kind of talking about what went into the writing of them. You amaze me how hard you work, but thank you, Zoe. You know, and it's funny. I think that, like, as I was saying earlier, I think I'm just going to do it for another decade. I'm going to do 10 seasons of the Hesitation Cuts. I'm gonna put out all these records, and then I'm gonna retire. And whatever money I've got coming in, so I'll be retired at 60. If I'm not making better money, then fuck it. Like, all right, I will move to Somalia, or I'll move to or I'll find some other place where people don't like to live because it's dangerous, and then I'll just I'll find a hut and bring my guitar and just make music. No, Isabel won't let that happen. But I will do something that will be affordable. Ohio, yes. All right, so here it's okay. So that last song I just played is called Bust a Nut. This one is called I Love You So Hard. And it's really funny. This one I actually changed the lyrics for, because I didn't. Even though there are a handful of songs on the record that use expletives, I didn't want this record. I wanted this record to be as party friendly as possible. Like I definitely don't mind having a couple F-bombs, and particularly if it fits lyrically. But yeah, I mean, I feel you, BioCow. The thing is that, like, I'm going to be putting in. I'm thinking I'm putting in 3 or 4 decades worth of work this next decade. And so by the time I'm done, I'm like, all right, that was it. That's all you get. You've got 8. By that point in time, I should have about 1,300 or 1,400 songs available in stores. 1,300 or 1,400 songs. And this is not like Guided by Voices, Robert Pollard, like 1 minute little snippet songs. These are all 3.5 to 5 minute songs of fucking full, furious awesome. So I don't know. Like, I think I'll be all right. And at the same time, I don't want to overstay my welcome, man. I mean, I've got so much. I've already got so much music right now that I have hardcore fans that are like, yeah, Mike, I can't keep up. I gave up in 2014. Like they've missed all of my best music because they couldn't keep up. So I'm like, all right, I get that. Okay, so this is a song called I Love You So Hard, and so this one originally had F-bombs, and then I changed it to bloody, and but it goes I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard, I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody 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 hard. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard, I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody 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 hard. I wanna hug you so hard that your head pops off of your body. I wanna squeeze and squeeze and squeeze until you cry out. And I wanna crush your lips with my lips until they're bloody. I wanna smash your face with my face till you have no doubt. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you so bloody hard, I love you so bloody hard, I love you so bloody hard. I wanna gobble you up every inch, pinch by pinch, till you're in me. I wanna squeeze and squeeze and squeeze till you can take no more. And then I'll keep on squeezing and keep on squeezing till I crush you with my love. 'Cause I love you so hard, and darling, I told you before. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you so bloody hard, I love you so bloody hard, I love you so bloody hard. What do I do with this loving, baby, that's raging inside me? The love, it hurts so like fire, it burns and it's burning everything. What do I do with this loving lover bursting at the seams? Oh, my heart is pounding in my chest, my heart is gonna be the death of me. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you so bloody hard, I love you so bloody hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you so bloody hard, I love you so bloody hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you so bloody hard, I love you so bloody hard, I love you so bloody hard. Yeah, I mean, at some point in time, I'll swap it back when I'm playing live. But this is the version that made it on the record. So, and I will. I probably will release a single version down the line that actually has the original lyrics. But I just didn't want, like I said, I didn't want this song to be, I just didn't want the album to be just jam-packed full of expletives. So I took the songs where I could remove the expletives and I swapped them out with different words. So that's, but sorry. So this song, when this song was originally written, sorry, paper cat. When this song was originally written, I wanted to write a song I wanted to write like a Cheap Trick song, right? Like I want you to want me, I love you to love me, I need you to need. So and also like Mommy's all right, Daddy's all right. You know, I was trying to channel Cheap Trick. So this is the closest, but you know, that was what I did, you know. I don't fuck with X. Yeah, see, of course. How you doing? Yeah, of course. Says Sebastian. So everybody's Loaf of Joy and Stephen Cox was here earlier. Stephen Cox is one of my label mates, and Loaf of Joy is another one on Square Tie Records. Loaf of Joy has a brand new album out called Lucky Fucker, and then Stephen Cox has another one called Whatever Happened to Todd. And they're both EPs, and they're both just absolutely stellar. And so I highly recommend checking them out if you have and you can and in fact. This is one of those rare instances where actually Loaf of Joy, my buddy Sebastian, he actually appreciates and wants Spotify listens. So go you know, hop on and give him as many spins as you possibly can because they are spectacular songs. There are 4 songs on Sebastian's, 3 songs on Stephen Cox's, and wait, is it 4 songs? It's Whatever Happened to Todd. It's the Karen song. I think there might be 4. Wait, hold on. Not crap. Now, my brain's not. Let me see. Hold on. Stephen Cox. There you go. I think it might be 4. No, it's 3. It's 3. God damn it. Yeah. So anyway, so there's seven songs. You can find it. You can listen to if you want to stick to Bandcamp. That's what I highly recommend. If you want to stick to Bandcamp, you can listen to them for free on there as well. But I do know that Loaf of Joy would appreciate the Spotify plays. So, So this song, so writing this song was really, really fun because I thought, I was like, okay, I'm kind of channeling a Cheap Trick style song, but then in the recording of it, it just felt a little monotonous to me, you know. So I had to figure out a way to make it, you know, musically more interesting to my ears, and so this is what I ended up coming up with. And it's called I Love You So Hard.
I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you so bloody hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you so bloody hard. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you so bloody hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you so bloody hard. I wanna hug you so hard that your head pops off of your body. I wanna squeeze and squeeze and squeeze until you cry out. I wanna crush your lips with my lips until they are bloody. I wanna smash your face with my face till you have no doubt. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you so bloody hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you so bloody hard. I wanna gobble you up every inch, pinch by pinch, till you're in me. I wanna squeeze and squeeze and squeeze till you can take no more. And I'll keep on squeezing and keep on squeezing till I crush you with my love. 'Cause I love you so hard, and darling, I've told you before. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you so bloody hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you so bloody hard. What do I do with this loving, baby, that's raging inside me? The love, it hurts so like fire, it burns and it's burning everything. What do I do with this loving lover bursting at the seams? Oh, my heart is pounding in my chest. My heart is gonna be the death of me. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you so bloody hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you so bloody hard. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you so bloody hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you so bloody hard. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you hard, I love you hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you so bloody hard, I love you so bloody hard. I love you so bloody hard. I love you.
Yeah, so there you go. So that, yeah, that's so you know. So hey, thank you, Lenina. So yeah, there will be a point in time, like I said, there will be a point in time where I will do a revised lyric version with it, where I love you so fucking hard. You know, but again, this just for the interest of, you know, I mean, because certainly I am aware that there, you know, that most people know Get Set Go for its, you know, for my foul mouth sailor speech, you know. But even so, the thing is that, like, I feel like, particularly when it's a short record, if there's too much of that, it just makes it difficult. It makes it difficult for some people to really appreciate the music, you know. And so I try, and sometimes I don't mind using gratuitous. It's never gratuitous, but sometimes I don't mind using over the top, like overly contentious lyrics, because that's sort of the message I'm trying to send. I'm trying to say, like, hey, get over yourself, or you know, whatever, like, depending on what song it is. But and sometimes it does convey the emotional import of what I'm trying to convey. But, you know, but in this particular instance, I was like, you know, and thank you, Helsen. Yeah. And so, you know, and the great thing is that, like, and what it does allow me to do is it does let me, I think I might actually use a version of this song in Hesitation Cuts, the podcast. And if I do, maybe I use the fucking version, you know? So there's, I mean, that's the great thing about music, you know, it's just because there's this version doesn't mean that this version is the only version that's ever going to exist. So, haha, you know. All right, so let's see. So, but I can't tarry for over long, because I actually have I'm playing some D&D tonight, and I've got a bunch of so the new record just came out, and I got a whole bunch of, like, I got to do some more Instagram stuff and some more big things to, like, push, you know, to try to keep. I'm trying to get 200 sales in the first 48 hours, and right now I'm at just under 30. And it launched at 7 a.m. So it's moving. Oh no worries, Paula. Don't even sweat it. So it's moving pretty slowly, but it is moving. It's, you know, it seems like every hour I get, like, another sale or two, you know. So but yeah. So but I've got a bunch of different things that I'm gonna be using as incentives to, like, get people to, like, to take action and pick up some stuff. So yeah, man. So let's keep on keeping on. So this next song, this next song is the, oh, hey, that's awesome, Paula. Yeah, and in fact, this record is really, really fun to jog to, or to run to, or to walk to. I normally I walk at a maximum, if I'm walking in an hour, I walk about 7,000 steps. And I pushed 8,000 just listening to the record, because what I do is when I finish a mix, I will put it on, and I'll just go out and walk, and I'll listen, and I'll take notes as I'm walking, you know. But because this album was done, I'm like, okay, it's just about to come out. Let me make sure. Let me make sure that it's as close to perfect as I can make it, you know. And so I didn't have to, like, take notes. I was like, okay, let me just give it one last spin before I make it live. And so I was walking like a maniac, and it's a really it's just a fun record to move to, you know. But okay, so this is not, now of course this is not a slow song, it's a rock song, but it's the only song that like, for the most part, all of the songs on this album have a sort of celebratory feel. You know, they're fun, ebullient kind of like we're not going to take it kind of songs. But this one, but it wouldn't be a Get to Go record without a self-deprecating song, right? So this is my self-deprecating tune. It's called The Damage That I Do. I kill myself almost every night just so I can watch somebody die. Hurting other people just ain't my scene, but killing myself is quite easy. I sabotage like an enemy spy, hiding with the natives till the time is right. The damage I do is beyond compare, and then I disappear like I wasn't there. And so it goes, the bombs explode, there goes my life. Alright, my wasted time. Here I go again, straight for the kill. Better drink my poison, gotta drink my fill. I'm tougher than I look, gotta work all night if I wanna kill myself tonight. And so it goes, call in the crows to eat my fresh dead eyes. It's no surprise I've given up, I've broken down, and my heart is giving out. I'm giving up, won't try no more. What's my heart still beating for? My heart. I hurt myself almost every day, but in little ways, so I can't complain. Little wounds I left to bleed, soon there won't be much left in me. Sabotage is only one of my skills. I also use poisons, hidden daggers, and pills. I'm quite good at hurting myself, but sometimes I also hurt somebody else. And so it goes, nobody knows the pain I bring to me. Why can't they see I've given up, I've broken down, and my heart is giving out. I'm giving up, won't try no more. What's my heart still beating for? My heart. I know it's draconian to say I want to die, but the struggle can just suck it. Fuck the struggle, motherfuck it. I'm so sick, don't wanna fight. My heart, I kill myself almost every night just so I can watch somebody die. Hurting other people just ain't my scene, but killing myself is quite easy. And so it goes, the bombs explode, there goes my life. Alright, my wasted time. So yeah, that's the only one. Thank you, Lenina. So that's the only song that doesn't have that kind of ebullient, like even like the next song is also a darker song, but because of the musicality that it's framed in, it doesn't feel that, like, that's a pretty, that last song, I mean, that last song is kind of like a My Chemical Romance style song. Like it's very emo, but it's also very true, you know. There are moments where I find myself self-sabotaging. You know, I find myself engaging in behaviors that I shouldn't be, knowing that full well that I shouldn't be, and being like, fuck it, I don't care. You know, so I don't. You know, Get Set Go is not about painting a perfect portrait of me, or painting a portrait of a perfect me. It's about painting a perfect portrait of a very flawed me, you know. And so I try to have all of the, I try to have the warts and all sort of perspective. But so this is the way this. So so lyrically throughout this entire thing, there have been little lyrical references to other bands, and of course this one starts off with a Johnny Cash. So I killed a man just to watch him die. You know, so I basically did a little flip of that thing. I kill myself almost every night just so I can watch somebody die. You know. So there's lots of like lyrical things like that in this album, but But here, so this is the way this one turned out. It's called the damage that I do. And
I kill myself almost every night just so I can watch somebody die. Hurting other people just ain't my scene, but killing myself is quite easy. I sabotage like an enemy spy, hiding with the natives till the time is right. The damage I do is beyond compare, and then I disappear like I wasn't there. And so it goes, the bombs explode, there goes my life. Alright, my wasted time. Here I go again, straight for the kill. Better drink my poison, gotta drink my fill. I'm tougher than a look, I gotta work all night if I wanna kill myself tonight. And so it goes, calling the crows to eat my fresh dead eyes. It's no surprise I've given up, I've broken down, and my heart is giving out. I'm giving up, won't try no more. What's my heart still beating for? My heart. I hurt myself almost every day, but in little ways, so I can't complain. Little wounds are left to bleed, soon there won't be much left of me. Sabotage is only one of my skills. I also use poisons, hidden daggers and pills. I'm quite good at hurting myself, but sometimes I also hurt somebody else. And so it goes, nobody knows the pain I bring to me. Why can't they see I've given up, I've broken down, and my heart is giving out. I'm giving up, won't try no more. What's my heart still beating for? My heart. I know it's draconian to say I want to die, but the struggle can just suck it. Fuck the struggle, motherfuck it. I'm so sick, don't wanna fight. My heart. I kill myself almost every night just so I can watch somebody die. Hurting other people just ain't my scene, but killing myself is quite easy. And so it goes, the bombs explode, there goes my life. Alright, my wasted time.
Thank you, Sebastian. Thank you, Aldo. Yeah, so, you know, and thank you, Lenina. You know, it's funny. So one of the things that I know your ear probably didn't pick up on, but once I call attention to it, you'll be like, oh, fuck, you're totally right. So one of the things that if you guys know reggae at all, in the verse sections, I use reggae drums. There's here. I'll play it again for you. Just like, but it's got this kind of like slow, kind of groovy thing to it. Yeah, it's a reggae beat. And I was like, and I wanted something that just made the ear go like, again, it's not designed to like be like, what's going on? But it's just designed to like give you a weird, because you don't expect junk. Like you don't expect like to hear a reggae beat in a like a, and it was just so here, let's just listen to this real quick. So no, wait, wrong one.
I kill myself almost every night just so I can watch somebody die. Hurting other people just ain't my scene, but killing myself is quite easy. I sabotage like an enemy spy.
So the whole tenor of the song. So when the chorus kicks in, the reason why there's such a weird lift to it is because it's shifting from sort of that kind of like groovier kind of reggae, a little more laid back thing into a straighter ahead beat. So it was really fun. It was fun to kind of like tinker with all of this stuff and it was, and you're right, and it wasn't even a game of musical time. Not yet. We will, that's, some of the things that we have planned for Square Tire are going to be really, really cool. I'll keep you guys apprised. Just hop in the Discord, and I'll keep you guys apprised of all the cool stuff that's going to be happening. But, okay, so I don't have a ton more time left. I've got 2 more songs, which is basically 4 more songs because I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to play the live version. I'm going to talk about it. So let's kind of move on. But so this next song, so it's really funny. I took the 3 darkest songs and put them at the back end of the record, which I haven't done this. I haven't done this kind of thing since Ordinary World. Actually, Eric sequenced Ordinary World. Actually, it was Eric with an addition by John Wood, one of the guys who co-produced the record with me. John really loved this song, Crying Shame. He's like, Mike, can we just put Crying Shame right up in front? Like, we just pull it out of the sequence that Eric came up with and just put it right up in front. And I was like, let's see how it sounds. And it was great. And I was like, okay, there you go. So which is a really, really interesting way to start off a record because it's such a mellow down tempo tune, but it also sets up the pace, sets the tone for the entire record, you know? So this one, what I wanted to do is I wanted to, the darker songs, well, so you'll see, but so this song, Ride the Tiger is for me, it's effectively about that idea that, you know, growing up as a latchkey kid, you know, when my parents divorced at 9, my mom went to work and was working long days. And then when she got home, you know, she'd get home at 6, 7 o'clock at night. And then she's like, I just want to chill out. I don't want to have to deal with kids. I've spent all day working, you know? So we'd get home at 3 in the afternoon, and we would just be left to our own devices. And then often, you know, on the weekdays, those devices would, you know, like we were just kind of allowed to like run rampant, you know, in Palm Desert. So it's crazy how much trouble you can get into in a retirement community. And which is effectively what Palm Desert was. So thinking about the idea of, well, then get something to eat, sweetheart. Get something to eat. Thinking about the idea of the what that meant, you know, like coming from a broken home, and you know, each of the siblings sort of processed that in a different way. And I was very, very straight edge. You know, I was very straight edge until I was 19 years old. So I didn't take a sip of alcohol. I did when I was a really, really young kid, like, you know, like 3 and 4 and 5, like people would give me sips of booze and stuff like that. Oh yeah, of course, Mal. Yeah. I mean, and in fact, I do think that, I am gonna try to see if I can't figure out a way to migrate the soundboard as it is into whatever the new live streaming thing is. I think that should be a fun, although I think what I will do is, which one? Ride the Tiger, Paper Cat, the one that's coming up next. And so this next one. So, okay. Awesome. Well, that's great. Yeah. Cause I really like this one. It's fun, but it's also, the thing is it's a fun. So when I was writing this one, I really wanted to write a song that kind of felt like an 80s, I can't say like hair metal, but it was like there was like an 80s metal thing. Like it wasn't the hair bands, but there was like a pop sense. There was like some bands were more. I'm trying to think of who, and I had a bunch of examples. I just blanked on them because I'm thinking about the song itself. But anyway, what I did is I took the girl, you've really got me going. You've got me so I don't know what I'm, you know. Yeah. I know the Broken Home tune all too well, even looking back at my old age. Was very close with my sister growing up and lost her to 2 years ago to drugs. See, and that's, I'm so sorry, War Crusher. Yeah, you know, I mean, so in fact, that's exactly what the song is about. You know, because what happens is, so I have found, you know, even though I spent the first 19 years of my life completely straight edge, once I started indulging in more self-destructive experiences, I took to them like a duck to water, and I went full tilt and did crazy shit, and you know, and like I became, you know, and I had a stroke because of it, and you know, and a whole bunch of other, like, you know, and even having a stroke didn't stop me, you know, like I was doing cocaine 3 or 4 days later, you know, like I was a fucking lunatic, you know, and so so this song is sort of about that experience. This song is about that idea. So riding the tiger, the way I'm using the metaphor of riding the tiger, it's you know, doing something dangerous that's thrilling, and something that not everybody has the courage to do, but is at the same time, it's also something that, you know, is very dangerous and could end your life, you know. So that was the idea behind Ride the Tiger. Let me just tune up real quick, and then I'll play it as it was written. Yeah, and that's, you know, and Nick, you know, it's funny, like that was my, because I had family that had issues with alcohol and drugs. I too stayed away from stuff until I was 19, and then but my first girlfriend, my first real girlfriend when I was 19, you know, she would party. She would come. Hey, Vargon. Hey, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, dude. Good to see you, man. It's been a while. How are you doing? My sister technically took her own life, but 20 plus years of doing various drugs is accessible. Yeah, no, yeah, of course. And that's, you know, and that's, you know, like, you know, and, you know, it's sad because, you know, these people, they're, it's, you know, it's self-medication, right? You know, the thing is that like, there are demons that you find, you know, and it's funny because for me, when I first started, it was just, the very first time I ever tried any drug, I tried speed. And my girlfriend at the time, she was hanging out with friends. So I lived in a big 8-bedroom house with 10 people. I had 10 roommates, and half of them were girls. And so my girlfriend would show up, and all the girls would be hanging out upstairs, and they'd all be partying and kind of, you know, like. And I was still pretty straight edge at this point in time. No, in fact, I was completely straight edge. I didn't do any drugs. I didn't drink any booze. Like I was 100% straight edge. So hanging in there, lots of life happened in the past 6 months. Yeah, man. Also, I'd love. We should definitely catch up. We should definitely catch up, brother, because it's been way too long. But yeah. Are you in my Discord? Well, I know we've got Discord connection, so I can stay in touch with you. But because I'm leaving Twitch as of today, and then I'm going to be doing my own live streaming thing. I'm going to be creating my own live streaming service, but it's going to be a bit of a ways in the making of it. So yeah, it'd be great to catch up, man. And thank you, Elix. So anyway, so for me, the first time I ever did drugs, it was at her behest, because I noticed that something would change. The girls would be partying and they'd be behaving normally. And then something would just click. They would be different. And I was like, what's going on? You know, and this kept happening week in and week out. And so at some point now I'm like, you have to, something is changing. You are doing something with the girls. And either you introduce me to it or you stop doing it, because I don't like feeling like I'm in the odd man out in my own house, you know? And so she's like, okay, here you go, here's speed. And of course I didn't have any interest in speed, but I did have an interest in remaining connected with her. And so I was like, okay. So, and for about 9 hours, I did a little rail. I know, Isabella. I was 19 years old. You know, like what? I was 19 years old, and it was my first relationship, and it was like, you know, it was my first like physical, like actual girlfriend relationship, and I, you know, and so. Yes, it's just life. The life is the excuse. Life is the excuse. Yeah, and I will, Nick. That is a plan. I do plan on reaching out to him to talk to him about what I've got planned. But so you know, so I did one little tiny rail, more like a bump of speed. And for 9 hours, I felt amazing. I felt sharp. I felt clever and intelligent, and all my pleasure centers were tingling, and it lasted for fucking ever. And everything was amazing. Like kissing was amazing, and like everything was amazing. And I was like, this is magical. I'm gonna keep this going, you know. And for a long time, I'd say for a good 4 or 5 years, drugs, so I started trying all drugs, and I had a wonderful time on all of them. This is like, and I had the kind of constitution where I could just keep on going and do them and wake up the next morning and be like, I'm great, let's keep going, you know. And then what happened? And so I just wanted to keep the party going. I wanted to keep the friends. I wanted to keep the connection. I wanted to keep that sense of like camaraderie, like. And then so I didn't even realize what was going on as it was slowly but surely like sort of coring me like an apple, you know. It was eliminating things that were essential to me, you know, and so anyway, so long story short, so thank God that's not my life anymore. Thank God that's not who I am anymore. Thank God that life is past. But I still do reflect on it quite a bit, because I do see people all around me that are kind of suffering from the same kind of thing. So I wrote this song, Ride the Tiger, trying to resonate with that perspective, trying to create a song that was neither judgmental nor celebratory, but was very much like a snapshot of kind of, this is what, you know, when you're in this stuff, you know. Here you go. So it goes like this. We might die tonight. We're gonna ride a tiger. We might cry tonight. We're gonna ride a tiger. Oh, we're gonna ride it like it's never been rode. We're gonna roar out screams as we ride the tiger. We're gonna watch it bleed as we ride the tiger. Oh, we're gonna ride it like it's never been ridden before. Oh, we know we are never gonna be the sons and daughters of a happy family. And so we see we are never gonna know the joy of being in a happy, healthy home. And so we're gonna smoke 'em out as we ride a tiger, and we'll know no doubt as we ride the tiger. Oh, we're gonna ride it like it's never been rode. We're gonna drop first blood as we ride a tiger, and we'll survive the flood as we ride the tiger. Oh, we're gonna ride it like it's never been ridden before, and we know we are never gonna be the sons and daughters of a happy family. And oh, we see we are never gonna know the joy of being in a happy, healthy home. And so we come from broken skin and bones. Never will we rest, never until we find a home. We come from bitterness and lies. Never will we rest, never until the day we die. We're gonna ride a tiger. We're gonna ride a tiger. We're gonna ride the tiger. We're gonna ride a tiger. So yeah, so that was the way the song was originally written, you know, and it definitely does. I am stealing. Thank you, Audible. So that, you know, and so that one, I still, you know, I did a portmanteau of the, you know, the girl, you really got me going, you know. I stole that. There's other things, but the whole so one of the things I love about putting together arrangements. So again, so I was saying I record the acoustic guitars, doubled acoustic guitars, and then I sit down and I usually do the drums first, and then I figure out the bass. So every now and again I will reverse that and I'll do the bass first, and then I'll do the drums, depending on what I'm hearing in terms of like. So as I'm thinking about sitting down to record, like as I'm figuring out the songs that are going to go on the record, I will listen. I'll put together, like I'll take 20 songs that are potentials for the record, and I will put them on. I'll put them on a playlist, and I'll just go out for walks and I'll listen to them, and I will be like, oh yeah, and I'll think about like, okay, well, what can I do with this one, and what kind of beats could I have, and also I'll just think about doom, but and I'll figure out like a beat idea, and I'll figure out a bass idea, and I'll figure out maybe the piano, like I'll kind of figure out what I see for the song as like the big core elements. Then I'll sit down and I'll try to start figuring those out. And usually in that process, I will identify the songs that come very easily for me. Sometimes a song doesn't come very easily. Sometimes I have to sometimes I will build it all the way up and be like, it just doesn't sparkle. It just doesn't have the magic that I think it should have. And I will strip it all down. I will literally just erase everything and I'll start from scratch with just the acoustic guitars and I'll figure it out. And so this one, as I was recording it, it needed something. Like it felt good, but it just didn't feel exactly right. And then I added the Farfisa organ, and that made it fucking sparkle. So this is a song called Ride the Tiger, and this is how it turned out on the album.
We'll set the night alight. We're gonna ride a tiger. Oh, we're gonna ride it like it's never been rode. We're gonna let loose screams as we ride the tiger. We're gonna let it bleed as we ride the tiger. Oh, we're gonna ride it like it's never been ridden before. We know we are never gonna be the sons and daughters of a happy family. And oh, we see we are never gonna know the joy of being in a happy, healthy home. And so we're gonna smoke 'em out as we ride a tiger, and we'll know no doubt as we ride the tiger. Oh, we're gonna ride it like it's never been rode. We're gonna draw first blood as we ride a tiger. We're gonna bring the flood as we ride the tiger. Oh, we're gonna ride it like it's never been ridden before. And we know we are never gonna be the sons and daughters of a happy family. And oh, we see we are never gonna know the joy of being in a happy, healthy home. And so we come from broken skin and bones. Never will we rest and never will we find a home. We come from bitterness and lies. Never will we rest, never until the day we die. We're gonna ride a tiger. We're gonna ride a tiger. We're gonna ride the tiger. We're gonna ride a tiger.
Yeah, so it's it turned out. Hey, Dave, good to see you, brother. How you doing, man? Yeah, so it just ended up really, really super fun. And again, it still is sort of lyrically a dark song, but it just there is an ebullience to it that makes it that kind of keeps it a little bit elevated. I think the only song on this album that I think hey Boone, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. That feels dark is The Damage That I Do, and then this next one is another dark song. And this next one is it's really funny. This song and The Damage That I Do are both kind of lyrically similar to each other, but this song I knew it needed a facelift. This song, On the Ropes, the original version is on my album Furthermore, and yeah, thank you, Nick. Yeah, that's been a hey, fuck yeah, Dave. That's awesome, brother. That's great, man. Thank you, dude. That's awesome, dude. Thank you, brother. And Dave himself is a fucking spectacular, absolutely mind-blowing musician. That he specializes in piano, jazz piano, guitar, ukulele. Like he plays like 90,000 instruments. He's got like the accordion. He's like another Schmed, and he also has his own original compositions that are just fucking absolutely amazing. So, and then Boone, my buddy Boone, the VIP, Boone Music, he is my partner in the band Tiny Shiny Robots. We just put out our first single about a week ago. It was on the 5th. Yeah, it's about 10 days ago on the 5th. The Tiny Shiny Robots, it's called Made of Metal. The band is called Tiny Shiny Robots. The single is called Made of Metal, and it is fucking pure, unadulterated joy. It is just this. It's super catchy, just absurdly silly, and it's just like the entire band is just going to be. It's all going to be kid friendly, super silly, super kind of high level, kind of big concept, but super fun songs. And yeah, man. So there's a lot. So there's so much cool shit in the offing in my world. So just follow along, follow along in the Discord, and I'll keep you apprised of all the stuff that's going on. But all right, so the very last song. So this song, On the Ropes. So there are a few songs. There are a few songs on Furthermore. So Furthermore was a collection of outtakes. So often what I used to do when I was recording, I would sit down. I'd take the first 3 months of the year, and I would just write like a song a day, and I'd do a full arrangement of it. So I'd figure out what drums, I'd figure out bass lines, and I'd figure out piano, and I'd figure out shaker and tambourine, and I'd figure out all the background harmonies, and I would just spend the whole day. I'd write the song in the morning, and I would record the song in the evening, and I would just do that 5 days a week, and I did that for about 3 months, and then I just had a fuck ton of songs I just wasn't doing anything with. So in 2015, I put out a collection called Furthermore, where I took what I felt were the strongest of those songs, and I just put together like an outtakes record of like, these are all kind of like, like a club. But there were a handful of them on that album that I thought really should have gotten featured on a record. So I've been going back and sort of cherry picking some of them from that record and updating them. So Super Zero Superhero made its way onto Hesitation Cuts, and Unstoppable. I did a full band version of Unstoppable, and Unstoppable made it onto Hesitation Cuts, the podcast. And then this song. So this is a song called On the Ropes, and this one is definitely very, very Pixies influenced. And that's awesome, because I love the Pixies, and the Pixies have a very singular sound, and so the fact that I can chip I can chip it a little bit and still make it a Get Set Go album is pretty awesome. So here, let me just do this. So here we go. So this is the last song, everybody, and then I have to get going pretty soon. And I do, so I am going to be leaving Twitch, but I'm not going to be leaving live streaming. I will get back. I will. So again, if you want to know what's going to be happening with me from a live streaming perspective, just hop in my Discord. I'll be updating people as all the stuff develops. I've got a small group of what I call my guinea pigs that I'm going to be sort of like consulting and testing stuff out with. As soon as I get a thumbs up, a uniform thumbs up from all of them, there's about 10 people in that little community. Once I get a thumbs up from all 10 of those people, then I will reach out to my Discord community and actively, single-handedly invite maybe about 40 people to get involved and kind of suss everything out. And I'll be trying out a bunch of the different like images and backgrounds and stages and I'll be like kind of tinkering with the whole layout. And then once I've got that in place, then I am going to and then I will open it. Oh really? Okay. Well so Nick, yeah, I put out a little request thing. If you just hop in the Mike TV Live server, and so the Mike TV Live server is going to change because it's not going to be Mike TV Live anymore. I think I'm just going to call it Get Set Go because because that's the band and that's where I do all my stuff. But the Mike TV Live server as it stands now, it is going to be in there. I actually did put under the news section. Scrolling up, I don't know how far up you have to go, but there is one where I point out that I'm like, hey, if anybody wants to be a guinea pig in this regard, hop into this server, and I have a little server link. And I think there are about 10 people.
Hey man, is that Freedom Rock? Yeah man, well turn it up, man.
Getting the last one in, Boone, before it. Well, I mean, my hope is to be able to migrate the soundboard to whatever setup I'm going to eventually be building myself, but for right now, that's the end of it. So, but here we go. So this is, thank you, Nick. And really truthfully, like, cause my hope is that I will be able to create a little focus group in each major market. So I'd like to have a European focus group and a US focus group and an Australia focus group and if I can get in like an Asian, Japanese, Chinese, but I'd like to have a handful of focus groups so I can kind of like, cause I do think that there's going to be different sensibilities and I'd like to come up with stuff that works for each sensibility, Thank you, Dave. Yeah, and of course, and once it's all up and running, and once I've got it functioning properly, then of course I'm gonna reach out to friends and get them involved and on board too. Turn it up, man.
All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
All right, here we go. Okay, there we go.
I just wanted to say that I'm a nerd. And I'm here tonight to stand up for the rights of other nerds.
I've been fighting for so long, yeah, I don't remember why. And when I take you on the jaw, I wanna sit down and cry. I don't wanna fight no more, I don't wanna fight no more. I've been fighting for so long, so who's keeping score? I'm about to go down for the count, I'm about to throw in the towel. I just don't have fight enough, and no one's crying foul. I've given up, I've lost all hope, I'm on the ropes. Yeah, I can take a punch, I've taken many before, but the struggle never ends, it feels like permanent war. I don't wanna fight no more, I don't wanna fight no more. I finally wanna make a break, so show me the door. I'm about to go down for the count, I'm about to throw in the towel. I just don't have fight enough, and no one's crying foul. I've given up, I've lost all hope, I'm on the ropes. I'm so used to getting beat, it doesn't hurt like it did. But there's gotta be something better than this. I don't wanna fight no more, I don't wanna fight no more. I've been fighting for so long, so who's keeping score? I'm about to go down for the count, I'm about to throw in the towel. I just don't have fight enough, and no one's crying foul. I've given up, I've lost all hope, I'm on the ropes. Yeah, so okay, so that song, you know, so obviously that was there's very much
peanut.
God damn it.
Cashew nut.
Thank you, Lenina.
Macadamia nut. That was the one that was sent her into going crazy. She said, "You stop naming nuts. Pine nut, pistachio nut, red pistachio nut, natural, all natural white pistachio nut."
So you know, man, just awesome. This is God damn it.
How would you like to buy an round and neat, a nearly perfect circle, tidy and complete?
So this song is actually a collaboration, just like Off Their Heads. Both of these songs were originally recorded in 2014, 2015, somewhere right around there. On the 2000, so Off of Their Heads was recorded in LA in 2014. It was written and recorded back then. On the Ropes was recorded in 2015. I think it was written in 2014, still in LA, and I think I recorded it in 2015 here in Austin. Both songs I didn't put on a record. Well, I put On the Ropes. I put On the Ropes on Furthermore, but again it needed some extra luster, which is why I didn't make it on a record. I think what happened, and so upon reflection, I feel like it was just the drums and the bass, both for Off Their Heads as well as On the Ropes. They just needed a little help in that regard. I also needed some shaker and some tambourine, and that, or some tambourine rather, and some you know, and so this song I'm just about to play, On the Ropes, which is the last track on my album Juggernaut. This is sort of a collaboration between me in 2023 and myself in 2014 or 2015 when I wrote it and recorded it. So this is the last track. But I think like it's always been a super fun song. I always wanted to revise it, and so I was like, this is a great record to do it with. So this is On the Ropes.
I've been fighting for so long, I don't remember why. And when I take it on the jaw, I wanna sit down and cry. I don't wanna fight no more, I don't wanna fight no more. I've been fighting for so long, so who's keeping score? I'm about to go down for the count, I'm about to throw in the towel. I just don't have fight enough, and no one's crying foul. I've given up, I've lost all hope, I'm on the ropes. Yeah, I can take a bunch, I've taken many before, but the struggle never ends, it feels like permanent war. I don't wanna fight no more, I don't wanna fight no more. I finally wanna make a break, so show me the door. I'm about to go down for the count, I'm about to throw in the towel. I just don't have fight enough, and no one's crying foul. I've given up, I've lost all hope, I'm on the ropes. So used to getting beat, it doesn't hurt like it did. But there's gotta be something better than this. I don't wanna fight no more, I don't wanna fight no more. I've been fighting for so long, so who's keeping score? I'm about to go down for the count, I'm about to throw in the towel. I just don't have fight enough, and no one's crying foul. I've given up, I've lost all hope, I'm on the ropes.
Hey, Alex, how you doing? Good to see you. Awesome. Hell yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So that's the record in its entirety. I am going to be, thank you, Matricula. I am going to be cutting this show and yesterday's show. So I'm going to do the entire, me talking about the record, me talking about the recording of the record, me talking about how all this stuff came together. I'm going to be cutting this together, and I'm going to be putting it up as Mike TV's last Twitch show performance on YouTube. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to do Twitch ever again. I will probably do one thing on a month, but what I think I'm going to be doing. Hey, thank you, Boone. Thank you, man. What I think I'm going to be doing is I think I'm going to be taking footage from the performances I'm going to be workshopping with my new streaming service. I think I'm going to take the footage from that. I'm going to cut together the best parts of that, and then I'll run that, and then I'll green screen myself down in this corner right here, and I'll sit there and I'll watch that, and I'll talk about this is what I've been doing and this is what we're doing. So it's not going to be like this kind of show. It won't be. I won't be doing live stuff on Twitch, at least for the foreseeable future. So hey, yeah. Sorry, Lysol Razor. Yeah, man. I'm getting ready to walk off to go do a whole new thing of awesome. A party, yes, and that's exactly right. It's gonna be a Pathfinder stream featuring a party of all news. Hey, Ghost of Summer's here. Hey, man.
I know what you're thinking. Did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Well, to tell you the truth, in all this excitement, I've kind of lost track myself. But Ian, this is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and would blow your head clean off. You've got to ask yourself one question: do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
All right, so it really is. So I love you guys, and I love my Twitch community, and I love the the thing is, and I do think that's exactly right. The thing is that, so what I'm asking for those of you that want to come along for the ride, I am going to be creating something that I can control forever and always, so that way I don't find myself. The thing is, for me, Twitch. There have been multiple times in my life where Twitch has become a toxic experience for me, and has become a very frustrating experience for me. And that should never be that. It should never be that way. It should never be that, because as long as I'm playing for people, as long as there's some people in the room, it should always be a fun and ebullient and joyful and enthusiastic experience. And it hasn't been. And a big part of that is because, first off, it started off with my expectations, and then second off, what happened was it became a thing that where Twitch was actively working against me, and that's okay. Hey, they have their business model. That's great. More power to them. Let them and all the other Twitch people go have a great time. I'm going to go build something else. I'm going to build something that's going to be music focused and music centric and musician centric. The most important thing will be that what I'm going to be creating is never going to take a single dime from the musicians. And how we will cover our overhead is what I will try to do is I'll try to enlist the musicians that actively take care of, actively participate on my platform, I will ask them to just we'll do like a monthly festival show. We'll do an all day Saturday thing or an all day Sunday thing, and whatever money we make from that, and we'll just sell tickets, and from that it'll be those funds. So that way it's entirely predicated on. I want to be above board on everything, and I want to be, and I don't ever want at any point in time over the course of my existence out here on the planet Earth, I don't ever want to feel like the musicians. I don't ever want the musicians to feel like they're being taken advantage of, because I've been dealing with that my entire career, and it really gets to be very frustrating when you look at all the people you're doing business with, and you're like, are they being straight with me? Are they literally like, And the thing is, it's everybody. It's everybody. Every single person that I've been in business with, from a perspective of I've done work and they owe me money. Every single time I get a chance to peek behind their curtain, I'm like, why did I get paid for this? Oh shit, we totally missed that. Wow, that's so crazy. When that happens enough times, you go, oh, I see. This is systemic. This is so because I operate on such small margins, and because I know and now with Square Tire Records, because I'm trying to help I want to get my friends to a point where they too are playing in front of good people like you guys, good people that want to hear their music and want to be part of a community that is celebratory and uplifting and positive and awesome and fun and a community that, from my perspective, hopefully lasts for decades. Because the thing is, I don't like fucking losing my friends, and it seems to me like every decade, I lose most of my friends. So I'm like, I'm gonna try to create a space where no one gets to say no. There will be no John Teresa who takes over from Mr. T, who is a fucking cocksucker and has terrible business sense and totally derails the fucking scene that I've spent 8 years building. That won't happen, and so that's why. And so I want to do that with everything I'm doing. I want to find a way, so right now, all of my albums are going to be available. All my future records are going to be available on Bandcamp. Eventually, at some point in time, I'll start releasing all the Hesitation Cuts music. That'll be available on Bandcamp. But at some point in time, I would like to build out my own. Yeah, amen. No, that's right. serious douche canoe. I mean, and it's so funny. Anyway, I could talk about that for 1,000 years. And so, okay. So in fact, so one thing I was thinking that I could do on Twitch, but if I'm going to do it on Twitch, I'm going to create a completely different. What I was thinking I might do is I might create a completely different channel. I'd create a completely different channel. I would let everybody know in my Discord, hey, this is my new thing. And then what I was thinking I would do is I would stream on I would find the worst game. The game I'm streaming, I would put up the worst possible game, whatever has the least number of viewers, and then I would just put together a little stream where and I was thinking we could just talk. I could talk about this kind of stuff. I could have conversations about the music and about the gaming and about all the things that I love, and I could bring on friends and so I would like to keep hanging out with my friends. I would like to keep doing this kind of thing. I just can't do it in earnest, and I can't build it into Minesweeper. Yeah, is Minesweeper what's that? The Windows Solitaire. Is there a Twitch stream featuring the Windows Solitaire? But something like that, I'd like to find a way to, if I do something on Twitch, I'd like to do something that where I could hang out with my friends and do it really low impact and without a lot of preparation, because we'll figure it out. But Minesweeper. You'd think that there was, right? The thing is, there has to be a Solitaire, right? But yeah, man. So, this is not the end of something from my perspective. This is the beginning of something that hopefully, I mean, again, so the way I'm looking at me building out the live streaming thing, right? So, I'm gonna find a way to build out whatever it is I build it out. It's gonna have a bunch of different components. It's gonna have an opening. It's gonna have a hanging out in the green room pre-show. Then it's going to have a rock show, and that rock show is going to be a very typical rock show. It's going to have a set. It's going to be rehearsed. It's going to be designed to like with lighting and the whole shebang and extra instrumentation. And hopefully I bring in if I bring in friend instruments, they'll be staying with me for the entire duration of the tour, and we'll be doing like so. It'll be a traditional rock show, and then afterwards there'll be an after party where for like an hour we'll all just hang out and commiserate and do this kind of thing, and that will be the show. My intention is to do it on in front of green screens where I can play wherever my imagination takes me. So I want to do a Middle Earth tour. I want to do a Star Wars tour. I want to do a solar system tour. This solar system. I want to play the rings of Saturn, and I want to play Venus, and I want to play Mars. I want to, and hey, Paula, thank you. Thank you so much. And I my pleasure. And yeah, I'll keep you apprised. And say, hey, Bobcat, how you doing, brother? And so, my hope is that as I do these different things, and as we find the images and the backgrounds and the stuff that really works, and we find the great, like that we create spaces. Like, it would be fun. It'd be like, I want to play like classic Nintendo games and classic Nintendo loading screens and classic Atari loading screens or classic Atari gameplay stuff, so I've got combat happening behind me while I'm rocking out, and then what I want to do is and then what we'll do is, and then I'll cobble those together. I'll give you, so the very next day after you catch one of the shows, you will, for your $5 ticket, you will receive a link to a download where you can download the video of that entire performance. But then I will, at the end of every leg of the tour, I will edit together a little half-hour to hour-long version of the best bits of that entire tour. And then I will do the same thing when I finish the entire tour leg. So I do Star Wars. I do the Star Wars tour. I do the U.S. leg. I do the European leg. I do the Australian leg. I do the Asian leg, and then I come back, or the South American leg. And then what I do is I edit, I go through and I find the best bits of all of those, and I put together the best of that tour, and then you get that as well. So you get the shows that you go to, you get the summation of your leg of the tour, and then you also get the best of that entire tour. So that's for $5, And then what I would do, and then my hope is eventually I bring in friend musicians that also join me. They can maybe they join me as a supporting act, maybe they do their own thing. It's all going to be kind of predicated on them and what they want to do. But then what we do is eventually we'll build out a schedule. Eventually there'll be a schedule where we will have stuff happening in all markets at all times. So there should be something, hopefully. But again, it's not going to be people can sign up. It's not going to be random people can show. It will be by invite only. The audience is going to be by invite only, and the bands are going to be by invite only. So it's going to be a carefully curated community. At some point in time, what we'll be able to do is I will be able to, we'll figure out a way to allow the fans to find other fans and bring them into the fold, and we'll also, at some point in time, we'll also allow the bands to find other bands and bring them into the fold. But before we start doing that, the main thing will be just establishing the ethos and the vibe and the community that we want to create. Make sure it's awesome and make sure it's just wonderful. And then what we do is, so that's the idea. So all of this is going to be happening, over the next few months. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to start investigating the actual building out of just a really rudimentary streaming thing, so I can try out some of these ideas. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to launch a Kickstarter, because there's going to be a lot of money involved in this thing, right? Because it's going to be green screens, it's going to be extra cameras, it's going to be lighting, it's going to be the fog machine, it's going to be the cost of the it's going to be the cost of the actual streaming services and whatever I use and all the bandwidth. It's going to have some pretty significant costs. So I'm going to put together a budget. Once I kind of figure out the strategy of how I'm going to implement it, I'm going to put together a budget. I'm going to figure out a way to incentivize people to get on board with helping me launch this thing. From a Kickstarter perspective, it'll probably include like, and full on lawyers, guns, and money. Yeah, and so the idea is that hopefully we'll be able to avoid that kind of stuff, right? Like my thing is that like I just want it to be at least for the first 4 or 5 years, just be friends. just be good people who we all like, and then, yeah. So my hope is, Nick, is that I can get this thing built out and we can get it and everybody goes, oh, this is like, I want to get to the point that I've got that my people are like, this is fucking great. And then, what we will do is, because you're right. The thing is, I can't have a full band up here, but it would be great. It'd be great if I did. So I want to first figure out, is it possible to do this? Do people like it? Is it fun? And then if it is, what kind of money can I make from it? And then if it looks like it's decent money, if it looks like there's decent growth, then I'd like to talk about putting together an actual band. And if we're going to do an actual band, we're going to need a place to do this. And so you're totally right. Like this, so all of these, so I already have plans on lots of different stages for how this thing's going to grow. But again, the whole thing is going to be carefully curated just to make sure that every step of the way we're just doing everything perfectly. It's just like, and we've got enough wiggle room so that if things do wobble, they don't fall down. We just go, they weeble, they wobble, they don't fall down. So it's gonna be a huge undertaking, but I do think that there's not a single streaming service. Like it's funny. I was working with those Ursa Live guys, and they were telling me, they were like, oh, you get a $100 guarantee that they never paid me. And then what they do is when I made money, they would remove the $100 guarantee. They would not pay me. Like, so they're like, we're going to give you a $100 guarantee, which means if I don't make enough money, if I don't make it over $100, they would pay me that $100, but that's not the way guarantees are supposed to work. So it's just fucking crazy. So I was like, no, man, this is fucking, like, you guys are doing it completely fucking backwards. Like, and so rather than trying to find people that get it right, I'm like, I'll just do it. It was so crazy. It was so crazy, Lenina. And so, I was like, they keep, every now and again, they'll reach out to me and be like, Mike, we want you back. And I'm like, I know you do. Cause you make money off of me, damn it. So all of this stuff. And so we've got the record label humming. I've got some great musicians. We're already identifying our second round of musicians that we want to bring in. We just added somebody new, my buddy Joe Fraley. He's amazing. So he's going to be putting out something in the next couple of days. No, we've got Easy Tiger up next. So right after Juggernaut, Easy Tiger's got they've got a fucking absolutely beautiful album called Catapulting Stars. Catapulting Stars is going to be out from Easy Tiger. After Catapulting Stars, we've got Joe Fraley's got a brand new thing, and then we're going to put out a Square Tire Records compilation. And then after the Square Tires record compilation, we're going to start the whole thing all over again, and we're going to get new singles and new EPs and new albums out from everybody already. And we're going to also start looking to bring in more people. So there's just so much cool, exciting stuff that's going to grow. And it's sort of an all for one for all attitude. And so I want to take that same thing and bring it into the live streaming thing. So I'd say, thank you. Yes. Natural white pistachio nut. Cloudflare last year just went public. It might be something to look into as an option for video focused CDN. Yeah, that's thank you, Aldo. And I will, like, I am gonna do a little bit of homework on my end by myself. I've already sussed out a few people I want to reach out to and sort of like see what it is that they can offer for the prices that they can offer. Once I've got a sense of like, this is kind of the stuff that I've investigated, I'll definitely want to reach out. So just pay attention to my Discord. I will be very communicative in my Discord as to like what I'm doing and the way I'm doing it. And I'll be talking about, these are the problems I'm trying to solve. These are my solutions. These are some of the solution paths that I've identified. Does anybody else see other things I might be able to do? And so I'll definitely keep you guys involved in the development of all of this. And it's funny, like the thing is, and I'm saying this on Twitch because I know that there's no, somebody could literally take this idea and just photocopy it and use it as their blueprint, and they're still going to fuck it up. Because the thing is that like, because it really is, it's all about ethos. It's all about the perspective and why you're doing what you're doing. And for me, I want my fucking amazing musician friends to be able to make a living making their amazing music. And I want my friends that I've known in person and my friends that I've known online to have a place where we can all hang out and be friends and be friendly and appreciate each other and appreciate our friends' music. But also, I'm going to start bringing in authors. I'm going to start bringing in some film and TV people. We're going to be doing all sorts of stuff. So and that's exactly right, War Crusher. And and it's time for me to stop blaming Twitch. Let me blame myself. No, no worries, Bobcat. Yeah, and I'm just about to be done, man. But I'll be, but again, so this is my last moment on Twitch. This is my last time on Twitch, at least in this capacity, my very last time on Twitch. I will certainly be doing something at some point in time. I don't want to walk away like I don't want to walk away 100%, but and I certainly will, Nick. Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, I'm all of this stuff. I'm still just figuring out the broad strokes and figuring out like different avenues by which I can get this thing built. But that's awesome, and thank you, brother. And yeah, man, and guys, and there's so much other cool stuff in the offing. Like the Tiny Shiny Robots have a bunch of cool stuff. There's Juggernaut just came out. By the way, if you haven't picked up Juggernaut, if you haven't picked up Juggernaut but you want it, but you can't afford it, just reach out to me on my Discord. I'm gonna be putting a bunch of download codes. I know that like, back when I was talking back in the early days of Ustream, I was like, what about if I were to just charge $5 for a show? Would you guys be able to do that? And I had some fans from Uruguay, and they were like, dude, Mike, $5 is a lot of money for us. Like we make like $60 a month, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, and so I realized that like, yeah, that what I consider cheap and what the world considers cheap is not necessarily the same thing. So if you find it difficult to pay to pick up the record, let me know and I'll hook you up with a copy. And thank you, Steph, and thank you, man. And it's just gonna be fun, dude. It's gonna be better and better, as I'm 100% certain. So, by the way, if you're thinking of putting her in a jug, you're wrong. You will jug her not. Yes, you are. Oh God. Oh God. All right. On that note, I'm gonna go. So this is the credits. These are the credits, at least for now. I'm gonna be revising all the credits for the new thing. I love you guys. I really do. Thank you. And man, yeah. So just hop on my Discord. Follow my Discord, and I'll keep you apprised of all the cool and awesome things happening. Adios.
Ho, ho, ho!